Hi everybody, welcome to another quick Zoom tutorial. Today we're looking at chat settings and where are they. So by default in Zoom you can't save chat. Even if you try copy and paste, it just won't allow you. It also doesn't automatically save your chat at the end of a meeting, and you may have heard that that was a feature of Zoom. Also, you can't share files in chat by default. So what we want to do is find out where these settings are and how do we change them. So what we want to do is change the settings so that they look like this. And we're going to walk you through that now. Step 1, disable or untick prevent participants from saving chat setting. Now where is this? Because it doesn't appear to be in the window when you're looking at your chat. And that's because it's in the Zoom settings. You can get at this from two locations. So you go to the zoom.us on the web, where all your settings are saved in the cloud. But people are confused because there's also a settings within the application. And at the end of the general settings is a link to the more fully featured settings in the cloud. So you can click on that link at the end of the general settings. Once you do that, we want to look at the in-meeting basic settings. And from there, we can now get at all the chat options that are relevant to solving this issue. So the first one is this tick box. We want to disable it or untick it. And now participants will be able to save chat. When you untick this box, by default, automatically saving chats is then enabled by default. So this means that at the end of every meeting, your chat, if anything's happened in the chat window, that will all be saved to your Zoom folder where all your recordings are stored, and the chat is stored with the recordings. One other thing we wanted to do, and that was to manually enable file transfer. And this is just a toggle switch. It's underneath the previous two. And once we toggle this, it means we can now share files within the chat window. Great. This enables you to share all files, and you can restrict it by ticking this box and then selecting the files you want to enable or not. So let's look at the chat window. Here it is. I'm having a little chat with myself in my own room, and here I have shared a file which is a PNG file. So if I click on that file, it opens up the preview default application on your operating system, and you can see what's in the file. So how did I share that file in the chat? Well, I click on the file button, which gives me a menu. You can see you can select your computer and find the file on your computer, and all the top cloud services are also available. Now, if we have automatic saving of chats switched off, as we see here, in other words, we're manually saving chats, then we're going to see an option when we click on the ellipsis button, and that's the Save Chat option. When I select that, it will just save the chat out to a text file. Again, it saves it in the default Zoom folder for your recordings. And every time you create a new meeting, the name of the meeting is used, plus the date and time. And the chat is saved in a file called meeting saved chat.txt. One other thing we can We've now gone and changed all these settings, but within our meeting, we might decide to restrict chat within the meeting. So it doesn't override any of the settings we've mentioned for general use, but we can just say we don't want anyone chatting right now, and we can just select no one, or if you only want them to talk to the host, you can select host only. Okay, and that's it. A quick tutorial on the chat settings. Hopefully you can now start saving the discussions that are happening within your chat meetings within Zoom. Okay, thanks.